Welcome to the land of rising sun as Arunachal Pradesh. Welcome to the land of rising sun as Arunachal Pradesh hosts the final round of the 77th National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy 2023 and known as a cultural treasure trove. For the first time ever, Meghalaya take on services in the opener, a fitting Group A fixture as the All India Football Federation attempts to spread the game across the span of the country. And all eyes now on on UPIA, on Arunachal. It's a historic day for the state. This is how Meghalaya has lined up for this particular fixture. Lucas and Wang Boklang in defense at the fullbacks of Don Borlang and Overkindness, and the front line comprising of Chestapal Lingdo, Shaibol Lang Kharpan and Sheen Shoktung. And M.G. Chandran, the head coach of services, has gone with a 4-3-3. The likes of Christopher Kamei, Samir Murmu, Jijo Jeron, all starts for services. A historic day for the city in hosting a national club competition. This historic tournament started way back in 1941. That's been a very long. In 2023, football is very different and the setting is very different, but the expectation from the tournament are the same. The Northeast is a region of constant evolution, unsettled in their results, sometimes over the course of footballing campaign, but still very settled in their importance to Indian football. And talking about a settled Arunachal Pradesh, a massive tournament, winning the rights of hosting the final rounds of Santosh Trophy. some off-the-pitch trials and turbulations. If we continue to create waves with the Santosh Trophy, there is no better reminder that we need to protect the history of this sport in India. So let's hope that the silver trophy that is out in display is also a symbol of silver lining to the future. I'm mentioning some stories and new experience of the Santosh Trophy, of course, different now. Modern football is very different, but in terms of just sheer weight for the tournament, the comeback of it has been a wonderful one. Until 2018, the tournament was organized as an individual competition. But since 2021, the All India Football Federation rebranded it as the men's senior tier of National Football Championship for the regional teams of various age groups. In September 2022, it was announced that the tournament will be organized on a zonal basis, and it becomes a firm part of the footballing calendar. The last few years has meant a lot to the calendar indeed. And MG Ramchandran, the head coach of services, will have to find out what this side can produce and which players can continue to be in the setup and which positions needs reinforcements. Ramchandran likes to take the game by the neck, play attacking football, and always concentrate in getting one more goal than their opponents. On 9th March 2024, after 18 days of uninterrupted action at the Golden Jubilee Stadium in Ufia, the Santosh Trophy will be lifted for the 77th time. At 12 teams, 9 qualifiers from the group stage and 3 automatic qualifiers. The hosts Arunachal Pradesh and the last year's finalists Karnataka and Meghalaya getting direct entries. It's been divided into 2 groups of 6 in the final round. A total of 37 matches will be played due to the expansion of the knockout stage, where the top 4 teams from each group will progress to the quarterfinals. The ongoing I-League 2 season has taken a break to allow players to represent their states in Santosh Trophy. And so the referee in charge of today's game is Zairul Islam, and the 2 assistants, Subrata Barman and Habibullah Ferdos. The 4th official for today's game is Kishore Gangaram Chaudhary, and the match commissioner Arindam Bhattacharya from West Bengal. And these are the 2 captains, Donbor Lang and Christopher Kamei, all in readiness for the kickoff. One plays as a fullback, and the other, Christopher Kamei, a very creative player. It's going to be a very intriguing matchup when these 2 take on each other. And one might think it's all about technical difference, but it is not. There is more riding on this preparation for the challenges coming up. Places in the national team and players new and old straight out of the maelstrom. And that was the I-League, and so many of them keeping their places for the sake of performance. 12 months ago, Meghalaya stormed into the final at Riyadh. And momentum, of course, is difficult to maintain, but they must start again. And Meghalaya begin once more today for tomorrow. Given the evenly matched quality in both the groups, it won't be easy to predict the quarterfinalists. And apart from Arunachal Pradesh, who will be rearing to amaze the home crowd, will be in action later in the day against Goa. Meghalaya will aim to go one better than their dream run into the final last year. While their head coach Clan Pirkhat will miss a few key names who are part of Shillong Lajong squad in the I-League. They still have a bunch of players from last year's team like Shin Shoktung, Carlos Chalam, and Damon Lang, and Brolington as well, who is on the bench. This group also contains Goa and Kerala, who fought tooth and nail in the group stages, as the former ended up as unbeaten toppers and the latter qualified as one of the best runners-up. Goa have one of the most experienced squads in the final round, with most of their players hailing from the I-League 2 sides Sporting Club de Goa and Dempo Sports Club. Referee Jairul Islam in charge of this game, having a check on his watch. Meghalaya is the team in green and services in red and blue. A referee blows the whistle and we are underway here at the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium in Upia, Arunachal Pradesh. So Meghalaya and services, two teams who will go for it. An array of talent that can do the audacious as well as the simple. This is not the start of the season. This is when the top two is here today, gone tomorrow. So these are the teams, the characters and plots for today. The services have a raw pace to burn. Christopher and Samir Murmu are the two players who are as earthy as they are relentless. And Meghalaya will be unrelenting in their quest for the top spot. An early attempt on goal from the team in green. Easy collection for Syed bin Qadir, who is in goal for services. That is Clan Pirkhat, a former head coach of Langsing FC, a team that competes in the Shillong Premier League. He was also part of the Rinthi Football Club back in 2021, then when they competed in the I-League qualifiers in Bangalore. It's going to be a very tough outing for services. Meghalaya are a side who are accustomed to the conditions here. And both the head coaches going with a 4-3-3. Dongbol Lang and Overkindness. The two fullbacks, Lucas and Van Boklang, are the two centre-backs for Meghalaya this morning. Looking for an early breakaway move was Rahul from the left wing. The first time clearance for Dongbol Lang. And this is MG Ramchandran, the Bengaluru born. Has been part of the Indian Army side for quite some time now. The services side comprising of players that have played in the Durand Cup last year for the Indian Army football team. The likes of Christopher Kamei, Samir Murmu, Bikas Thapa, who is starting from the bench. Plan one will be to contain the threat of Christopher in midfield. Here is Chestapal Lingdo with the first touch. I tried to clip it forward for Shaibol Lang Kharpan. A very experienced front line. Chestapal Lingdo and Shin Shoktung on the flanks, and Shaibol Lang Kharpan the tip of the attack for Meghalaya. The man who's played for Rajasthan United in the I-League previously, the former India sub-junior international, had stints with the Kerala Blasters reserve side as well. Chestapal Lingdo, of course, needs no introduction. Had great seasons in the I-League with Shillong Lajong and Churchill Brothers. An early possession here for services. Here is Zothan Puya playing it to Jijo. Likes to hold a deep line. Zothan Puya. We saw that during the Durand Cup, where he played alongside Suresh Mithai, who is with Roundglass Punjab in the Indian Super League. A new centre-back pairing for him. Samananda Singh starts. A challenge for Jijo Girone as well. Mostly plays as a left midfielder, starting as a right back in this particular game, which will be interesting to see how quickly he accommodates on his new role. Meghalaya looking to play the ball out from the back. A very cautious start from both the sides. Testing waters here before dipping their toes onto it. Here is Dongbol Lang, launches it forward. He gets his head to it, Karpan, but couldn't keep the ball in play. And Chestapal Lingdo was the target on the right hand side. Too much on that header. The services, of course, have won the Santosh Trophy 6 times in the past. The last win came way back in 2018 at a first-time attempt from the edge of the penalty area. Just couldn't keep the shot on target. It was Carlos. No one closing him down. Had time and space to go for goal. Just couldn't keep it underneath the crossbar. Putting his laces through it, body leaning back, which is why the ball went over the post. Warning signs. An early wake-up call for services. Meghalaya seem to be getting into their grooves. The short passing build-up, finding each other pretty well with precision, working the ball from side to side. Here's Vidyasagar from the left. Attempted cross, takes a deflection. Another deflection coming off Zotan Puya, and we have the first corner of this game. And over kindness, the left full back with a mazy run. He's been omnipresent down the left early on for the northeastern side. An early defending to do for services. Shin Shoktung in corner duties. In it comes, punched away by the keeper. Getting a lot of distance on the clearance. A chance to throw on a counter. Here is Vijay. Kongshai. Just slowing down the tempo. Trying to regroup, rebuild. Before they rearrange themselves in the final third. And Meghalaya closing down the passing lanes very quickly. Here is Shoktung, far ahead of Shaibol Langkarpan. Easy clearance in the end for Samananda. Kongshai. He rose to prominence while played for Ozone FC. They represented their under-18 side. A couple of impressive seasons in the Durand Cup with Army Green and Army Red. Surveys the scenario, the number 25, between the lines for Samir Murmu. Will look to continue his rich reign of form from the qualifying stages. And services were placed in Group E alongside Mizoram, Uttarakhand, Pondicherry, Sikkim and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. They've won all their group games in the qualifiers. Scored 21 goals. Mapuya, of course, in the qualifiers was the top scorer, the striker from Mizoram. He will be missing out due to an injury. Here is Syed. Lovely give and go. This is looking good for the services team. Christopher Kamei with a misplaced pass. The possession is back with Meghalaya. Leolin. Plays his club football, Lionel, with Garhwal FC in the I-League 2. Getting into a battle with both the number 20s, Vidyasagar and Overkindness. And eventually the latter coming out on top. The services have appeared in the final of the Santosh Trophy 10 times and they have won it 6. The team won their first Santosh Trophy back in 1960-61 by beating Bengal in the final. Since then they have won the tournament another 5 times in 2012, 2013, 2015, 16 and in 2018. In the final round, they are placed in Group A along with Goa, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Kerala. It is referred as the Group of Death. The top 4 from each group qualifies for the knockouts. A tug from behind on Samananda Singh. Shaibal Lang Kharpan just leaning onto the number 21, using his hands, putting his body weight onto the centre back. The referee stops play, and infringement for services. This year's Santosh Trophy is different in many ways, with many unique challenges. The former India international I.M. Vijayan mentioning the importance of Santosh Trophy cannot be stressed enough, as it gives young players the chance to shine. The clubs can identify and unearth talent, and great to see the tournament spread to new places. The two fullbacks just spreading out wide, creating passing angles for the teammates to operate in down the center. Here's Rahul, laid back to Kongshai, a 24-year-old who hails from Manipur. Dominating possession, meanwhile, is Jijo Jiren. That was a very poor giveaway. Chestapal Lingdo was fouled. Had to take one for the team. A very tricky customer, Chestapal Lingdo. He's got pace, can operate down either side, has got good eye for goal, likes to make those threatening runs behind the fullbacks. Makes a late entry into the penalty area. He's got raw pace. And losing out on the aerial battle on this occasion is Lucas. Back to Lionel. Nice takedown from Damkey. Threads it forward. Kharpan won't get there. Beautifully shielded by Zothan Puya. Both the teams yet to impose themselves in midfield. Possession switching from one team to the other in the blink of an eye. Looking to stamp their authority early on. Meghalaya, they likes to make fast starts when they score early. Their nerve do calm down. When they leave it late, they do have a habit of opening up at the back. That does allow teams to fight back in the game. And now spreading it out wide. That's a wonderful pass. Here's Vidyasagar. He is up against overkindness. Looking for support. Plays it back, takes help from Jijo. It's a deep cross towards the number 32, who knocks it down, and the first time attempt from Samir Murmu. It goes over for a goal kick. But brilliant spell of play from the services team. Great knockdown from Rahul. A deep cross from Jijo Jiron down the right. Samir Murmu's rising left footer. Just not managing to hit the target. Both the teams with a shot each in the early stages. As we approach towards the first quarter of this game, it's still 0-0 at the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium in Arunachal Pradesh, and you are watching the 77th Senior National Championship for Santosh Trophy 2023. Live and exclusive on the YouTube channel of the Arunachal Pradesh Football Association. Damkey yet again with industrious play. Just trying to be a bit too clever, Shin Shoktung. The defenders saw that early. Managing to foil the plan on that occasion. And that's the turn from Tam Kei. He's been impressive so far. Distributing play, making the wings active. The play comes to a halt. A player lying down injured is the number 20 over Kindness. He was part of the 37th national game squad in Goa. Getting exposed to the senior level football here. Here is Clan Pirkat. He's been very vocal about his side. The services will also fancy the chances of making the knockouts. As I've mentioned earlier, scored for fun in the group stages, netting 21 goals. Were impeccable in defense as well. And this was the incident, a bit of late challenge on the young fullback. Ramchandran will rely on the brilliance of young forward Samir Murmu and seasoned names like Christopher Kamei and Vikas Thapa. And so many boys now from the northeast doing so well in the wide fullback zones. And even when it comes to senior football in India, including the I-League or the Indian Super League, India with great depth in that position. And the shot is blocked off on that occasion. That will bring another corner for Meghalaya. With a bit of a step over there, Shin Shoktung trying to buy that yard. And quickly closed down by Samananda. The second corner for Meghalaya. Set pieces are an integral part of modern football in case going gets tough from open play. That's a very feeble punch. And goes out for a throw-in. The danger still not averted. Meghalaya piling on the pressure from set piece. Just upon Lingdo trying to turn away from his marker. Wins another corner. The last touch coming off. The number 32, Rahul. Lucas now will take this with his menacing left foot and delivered towards the near post. Another clearance from the number 24, Shafil this time. The back-to-back corners for Meghalaya. This time it's a good delivery. Another punch. And now chance for a breakaway move. Samir Murmu. That's a bit elaborate for the onrushing Jijo. Running out of steam. It was a good looking delivery. The goalkeeper could have collected it, but opting to go for the punch. The tendency of keepers these days to punch the ball instead of collecting it sometimes baffles me. The moment you punch the ball, inviting for another wave of attack. Now this time the offside flag going up. This game, meanwhile, begging for some kind of innovation, some kind of creativity. It's been lacking so far. Both the teams looking slightly out of sorts in the final third. There's a heavy touch capitalized by the defender. Shafil. It was quite challenging for Vidyasagar to control that pass. Has made his way forward. Shafil on the ball. Samananda. They revert to a back three. while building up. Christopher Kamei. The referee says play on. Sliding challenge. Managing to ride the challenge. Shafil is switching it to the far right. Nice interplay here from the team in red and blue. But the end product, very, very disappointing. And the expression from the head coach sums up the move. Christopher Kamei looked very threatening during the Durand Cup football tournament in Kokrajhar for Indian Army football team. Had a stellar campaign. Some of those will be required to get his team over the line against Meghalaya. Just the continuation of the discussion. India with great depth in positions like right back and left back, and oddly enough even at centre defensive midfield. Those are the three areas where Indian players tend to do very well. We're hoping that expands over the next few years, and for that to happen, this kind of tournament is a big necessity, a big help. The SANTOSH Trophy has been a breeding ground for new talent, and many of India's finest footballers have made a name for themselves with exploits in this competition. In recent years, the teams have used the SANTOSH Trophy to test their budding talents ahead of the league season. The youngsters have taken their chances with both hands. Going down too easily on that occasion. The referee was pretty close to the incident. We'll have a check yet again. Maybe a bit of a trailing hand onto Samir Murmu. That's what he was complaining. Nothing doing, says Zerul Islam, the man in charge of this game. And now the door opens up down the left. The flag going up, just not managing to check his run. Vidya Sagar, that was clearly off. The flag going up from the assistant referee almost immediately. Went just a fraction too early at the number 20. There's a good mixture of youth and experienced players. The Meghalaya team, and as a youngster you always want to leave an early impression in that game. In that bargain you do commit a few overzealous challenges. Probably something which goes away with age, and now muscled away by the men in green. There's bobbles under his feet. Chestapal Lingdo wanted it played in front of him. It was slightly behind. Not happy with the quality of the delivery on that occasion. Christopher Kamei stopped on his tracks, and the move comes to an abrupt halt. Another so slow passing build-up from services, playing the ball to feet inside their own half and going for that adventurous pass over the top. The ball eventually lands in no man's land. Nothing separating the two teams so far. Meghalaya managing to steady the ship in the early doors and get back into the game, eat into possession. Went out of play. Here is Shafil, just carrying the ball up. The pass was slightly stray from the fullback. Meghalaya rebuild. They're committing a lot of men forward. Services 4 red shirts inside the Meghalayan territory, just not allowing them to build up from behind. Good to see the modern day principles being applied. Meghalaya not giving up on their principles of playing from behind, despite not managing to perform their passing drills inside their own half. They're getting closed down inside their own passing drills. It looks like the players have got the freedom from the head coach to tie and keep going. Here is Vidyasagar. Christopher has continued his run, but the fullback Lucas gets there first. Throw in for services. Both the sides are a good mixture of young players with some experienced one. Additionally, all are hard-working and are confident of delivering and help in strengthening the team and achieving the target. The services having to get used to the climate, the conditions. MG Ramchandran already mentioning that it takes time for the teams to adjust to the new conditions, but it's part and parcel of the game, the football, which is thankfully an all-weather sport. Here is Lingdo. Last time around he was highly impressive for Real Kashmir in the I-League. Another communication gap. Another ball clipped over the top, looking for the run of Samir Murmu. Just not managing to measure that pass. Most of their build-ups have been from the left channel so far for services. The likes of Shafil and Vidyasagar combining time and again. Here is Christopher Kamei releasing Vidyasagar. First time tackle coming in from the Meghalayan skipper. Dangpor Lang, no nonsense defending. The challenges inside the penalty area got to be made with a lot of care. In case you mistime your challenges, the referee will straight away point to the spot. On that occasion, getting it spot on, Dangpor Lang. Christopher Kamei, who will take the set piece for services, their first of this game. The skipper has got a mean left foot. The creator-in-chief for the men in red and blue. The ball is still bobbing inside the penalty area. Samir Murmu cutting his way through, eventually running out of space. The 4 green shirts are clustered around him inside the penalty area. The moment he got to the ball, look at that. The defenders were quicker to react to Dangpor Lang, getting his body in the way. In between the ball and the man. Samir Murmu was hustled at the ball inside the penalty area. Got to make this chances count. Let's see what Christopher can produce. It's too high towards the far post. But the plan didn't work out. Tidying up at the back services. And now the stream out is Rahul Ramkrishnan. Ahead of him is Christopher. There's the curler inside the box. Call came in early from Lionel. Trying to release Shaibol Langkarpan. Just holding his run, anticipating would have been offside. Shaibol Langkarpan, another player from the Kerala Blasters reserves. 28 years old. Had stints with Sudeva Delhi as well in the I-League. Very calm and composed in possession, meanwhile services. Christopher Kamei, yet again, trying to enhance his reputation. Rahul Ramkrishnan couldn't get past Lucas. Back with Christopher. Sets it up for Konshai, trying to sort his feet out. Just not managing to find any gap for the shot. Here is Christopher, has been heavily involved in all the moves. That's a very cheap giveaway, and he has lost his man. Shaibollan Kharpan with a free run from an acute angle. Went for the far post. That was a bright idea from the striker, saw the keeper slightly off his mark. Tried to lob it. A great steal from the number 16. Takes a look up and tried to place it into the top corner. A great attempt from Meghalaya. A horrendous mistake from Samananda, giving away possession very cheaply to Shaibollan Kharpan. And a big let-off for services. Here they come yet again, this time through the center. Shamir Murmu looking for options. Great recovery from Chestapal Lingdo. Just tracking back. Zotan Puya. Samananda. Kongshai. I just saw Vikas Thapa trying to come off his bench and make a few rounds, probably warm him up. Might come on in the second half as well. We're talking about the gameplay and the strategy. Both the teams plays dominant football and fight to stay at the top of the table. Has a vision to develop and bring in a certain profile of players. Putting these two things together, the fans can expect them to play dominant football. Meghalaya made it till the final last year in their debut season, raising the bar of expectations. However, the coach feels whatever happened last season will not affect the players. The season is a new story with new players and new targets. The players also have their individual goals. Here are the crowd enjoying the top level football for the first time in the state. All of them being part of history. The home team will be in action against Goa. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff. That was the earlier incident. Just a tangle of legs more than anything. Just clutching his knee. Hint of a change from the physio. That's going to be a big blow in case Sheffield fails to continue in this game. Could have done much better. Syed Kadir on that occasion. Just getting his palms onto the ball. A slight error in judgment. There could have been trouble. They had a man in green on the follow-up inside the penalty area. Another corner from the far left. This time the keeper has missed it completely. And an open chance for Meghalaya. Just not managing to control the pace of the ball. The centre-back going up, making his presence felt inside the box almost. Lucas getting on the end of that delivery. Just couldn't divert it goalwards. And a chance goes begging for Meghalaya. And an early change for services. A forced one. Boinao Singh, it seems like, is the one who will come on. Meghalaya, though, they managed 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss last year. They were in a very tough group with Services, Railways, Manipur, Delhi and West Bengal. And that's the confirmation of the change. The number 15, Jijo Jeron, comes off. And in comes Boinao Singh, the number 12. A forced change from Ramchandran. And early injury concerns. So no goals yet at the Golden Jubilee Stadium. Meghalaya taking on Services in the opening game of Group A. Both these teams took on each other on 11th February 2023 at the Capital Ground in Bhubaneswar. Services lost 2-0. Thanks to the goals from Sunil and Ronaldo Singh, who are not part of this Meghalaya team this season. Can they turn the table this time around? The Services side is the question which we look to answer in the next hour and a half or so. He's trying to be a bit theatrical on that occasion, Samir Murmu. They're going down too easily. The young striker has got a goal to his name in the Durand Cup. He's played 341 minutes. Pressing ahead is Rahul Ramkrishnan. Just giving a tough time to Dong Borling. Hot on his heels. But the skipper hasn't put a foot wrong so far in defense. Looks up into the box, chips it towards Samir Murmu. That's a great build-up, and almost within 3 touches. Services could have gone ahead. A great display of passing football. Just not allowing the ball to bounce, took it on the rise. That was a great setup from the number 32, Rahul. Just hitting it on the rise. Just not managing to keep it on target. The angle was a little challenging as well. It's been a slow-paced game. Both the teams having a check on each other before going full throttle in attack. Rahul had that chance to put his team in front. Wasn't a controlled shot from the number 32, who plays on the right wing for Services. We've got to involve Christopher Kamei a whole lot more on the ball. He is their attacking midfielder. The team does expect those defense-splitting passes from the man on the ball on your screen. Here is Rahul. Swift exchange. Full back on the overlap. And Vijay on the turn. who wins a corner. That was a very promising build-up from services down the left corridor. Intricate passing from the men in red. Meghalaya got to contend them before it gets too late. Christopher Kamei getting a lot of air on that corner. Beautifully delivered, no pace on it. A lot of air on the delivery. It was a difficult header to execute. Requires a lot of neck muscle to direct the ball on target. And Nicholson has been slightly off color in the first half. A regulation time of 5 minutes remaining. It's still locked at 0-0. Here is that early ball in. Easy pickings for the services defense. Christopher Kamei just couldn't read the run of Rahul on that occasion. Nicholson. Just forced to pay it back. A hint of a handball as well. The referee allows the game to flow. Lingdo arrows it towards Shaibur Langkarpan. The defender was alert to the danger. Samananda Singh has been pretty solid. MG Ramchandran will be slightly unhappy with the team's display, especially in the final third. And before the launch of the first National Club League, which is the National Football League way back in 1996. This is a mistake from the keeper and almost calling for trouble. For a moment, his heart was in his mouth. Chesterford Lingdo almost poking it on goal. The goalkeeper couldn't get it out of his feet. Syed bin Kadir. Another lucky escape for services. Chesterford Lingdo, he likes to press ahead. He plays a fearless football, making that late entry into the box and causing all sorts of problems for the goalkeeper. Lucky enough. Here is the head coach, Ramchandran. Anxious moments inside the penalty area. And this is something which Ramchandran needs to address. We've got to deal with the ball in the defending third quickly enough. Can't delay proceedings. And the likes of Vidyasagar and Chesterford Lingdo, Shoktung can close down very quickly. Just doesn't allow the defenders to maneuver space. very quickly onto their feet. As the game progresses, it will be a challenger for these defenders. Got to be a bit focused, Shafil. A slight casual approach. Started on the left-hand side of defense and now have switched to the right after the departure of Jijo Giron due to injury. Boinao Singh playing as a left back. A couple of minutes added on. Trying to test the keeper from distance was Sameer Murmu. Does wins a corner for his efforts. Can Services go into the break with the lead? Christopher Kamei yet again in corner duties. In-swing floater easily dealt with. And now a chance on the counter. They're taking a lot of time on the ball, allowing the defenders to fall back, getting plenty of numbers in the defending third. The Services team, they go forward as a collective unit, they drop back as a collective force. They play as a team, they play as a unit. The Army side, that's the hallmark of the gameplay. The ball floated in. Kharpan was interested, so was Samananda. Can they trigger something from this? Rahul goes past one, cuts inside dangerously. Finds the feet of Christopher Kamei. Vidyasagar now goes for goal. Blocked off. The second ball falls to the men in red. The defending in numbers, Meghalaya. And they got to endure this spell. And now Christopher in space. Early release. Only as far as Kongshai. Another move was developing, this time from the right. Over kindness, putting it into touch for a throw-in. And that's the half-time whistle from the referee, Jairul Islam, as well. It's been a seesaw battle, the first 45. As both the team go into the break. 0-0, Meghalaya and Services both creating chances of their own. But Chestapal Lingdo came pretty close to breaking the deadlock late in the first half. Just not managing to keep the ball on target. A couple of chances for Services as well. Christopher Kamei has been their standout performer in the first half, creating all kinds of problems with set pieces. Sameer Murmu with a couple of diagonal runs. One attempt from Rahul as well, which wasn't on target. And these are the first half stats. A pretty close encounter in terms of the possession. Meghalaya slightly ahead. 2 shots on target from the men in green. 4 shots taken by the Services side, none of them on target. And 5 fouls committed in combined in the first 45. And this is how the things panned out here. The opening game of the final round of the SANTOSH Trophy 2023. Early attempt from Meghalaya. This was a glorious chance for Sameer Murmu. Rahul bringing it down. Keeper with a feeble punch. He looked slightly nervous. Syed bin Kathir in goal for Services. Christopher Company with a couple of good-looking deliveries inside the box. Samir getting on the end of it, missing the flight of the ball. Syed, and this time almost getting caught in his feet. And this is how the first half unfolded here. So at halftime, it's Meghalaya nil, Services nil. Do not go anywhere. We will be back after the short break. So welcome back. You're watching the second half. Uh, Meghalaya taking on Services live from the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium, Upia. Both the teams went in 0-0 at the break. Services were off to a flyer. Christopher Kamei made a sublime start, but the last 10 minutes of the first half, Meghalaya got into their strides. Chester Paul Lingdo had a glorious chance late in the first half to bury the ghost. Kongshai and Vijay has been pretty impressive as well in the middle of the park. What players do in the training pitch and how they develop into different profiles. What we need to see is the balance in the game in the second half and how the defense works and how the midfield coordinates well with the defenders and how quick they get into the attacking zone. Breaking lines is very important for these youngsters. The coaches would have been in the whiteboard to discuss that, and what a fantastic opportunity to unfold them in the field of play. He was stripped from behind. Referee takes a look and then walks away. Only one change in the first half, in case you are wondering, and that was a forced one. Boy now coming in for Jijo. A proper warm-up for the subs. Given the conditions, the coaches will want to dip into the team sheet onto the bench and find some kind of freshening up in terms of tactics and in terms of approach in the second half. It looks to be in trouble, Carlos, who was with Diamond Harbour in the I-League 3rd Division. He's made 4 appearances for the side from West Bengal. Meghalaya have seen so many second halves that have been memorable for their fans, because that is where you learn the trade. It's the second half where they usually capitulate, and hopefully this time their new bulk of players can keep their heads in it. That was quite risky from Lionel. Defending deep. Meghalaya, the full-back and the winger are combining to snuff the danger. We saw Owen Boklang just stepping across to cut that one out. The crowd looking on. A perfect warm-up for the big game that's coming up. A couple of games, and after this, the former champions Kerala will be in action as well against Assam. That's a 2:30 p.m. kickoff. Late in the evening, the hosts Arunachal Pradesh will lock horns with Goa. The current champions of Karnataka won the title last year. That's too high for Karpan. Collected by Vidyasagar, and now pokes it towards Kamei, who threads it forward. Samir Murmu waiting for options to arrive in the box, but the cross was too close to the keeper and he plucks it out of the air. Lionel, that was the cross. Requires a better delivery than that. Kongsai with a bit of a blind pass into the alley. Karnataka winning the title after 54 years during the 2022-23 edition. And that was the first trophy for Karnataka, which had previously won 4 times as princely state Mysore after the 1968-69. It was named after the former president of IFA, Sir Manmathanath Roy Chaudhary, the Maharaja of Santosh, who had died aged 61 in 1939. In the National Football Championship, it breaks new grounds every year, and quite literally. After a historic Final Four staged in Saudi Arabia last season, where Karnataka were crowned champions, the nation's premier state tournament is held in Arunachal Pradesh for the first time ever. Here they come. Services. That's a nice release and a one-on-one opportunity to break the deadlock. That was a golden opportunity for Rahul Ramkrishnan. Got to make that count. The number 32 was one-on-one with the keeper. And Lionel can't believe his luck. And how has he not managed to hit the target from that sort of a distance? And Damon Lang comes on for Meghalaya. The first change, the first Meghalayan change rather, made by Clan Pirkhat, their head coach. Damke has been quite subdued in this game, rightfully bringing on Damon Lang. Let's see if this change makes any impact on this game. But in terms of creating clear-cut scoring opportunities, the services are ahead at this point of time. Here's Christopher Kamei, was preparing for a shot, dispossessed by that sliding challenge. Now he's gone down, clutching his left foot. Good to see him back on his feet. Now spreading the ball out wide. Dongbor Lang putting in a great shift. The number 11, the skipper, fighting for every ball. Standing firm. The defending champions Karnataka this season placed in Group B. The head coach Ravi Babu Raju has eyes on the title defense, and coming to the SANTOSH trophy as the defending champions indeed is a good feeling. But that's in the past now. The new task is to retain the title. Not good news for the services fans. Christopher Kamei, who was their unsung hero in the first half, is being treated. Known for threading those passes between the full-back and the centre-back. No joy yet for these fans. Rahul, though, had an opportunity to give this fan something to cheer about. Just lost his composure in front of goal. And a chance for Vidyasagar. That's a great ball hung up at the far post. It's re-delivered inside the penalty area. The number 24 was involved. Great defending from Meghalaya. Van Boklang on that occasion, just denying the incoming Shafil. Services with the Lions a share of possession. Almost cut out. Shir Shoktung is another player who can be very handful for defenders. The 27-year-old Was impressive for Rinthi Sports Club in the I-League qualifiers a couple of years ago. Tried to swerve that. Rahul Krishnan cutting in from wide position. Takes a look up and goes for it. Just stuck underneath the ball. Couldn't get the technique right. Here is Chester-Paul Lingdo. Getting help from Dongbor Lang. Battle for the second ball. Over kindness with that inverted run. And he lets fly as well. Almost 30 yards from goal. Takes a crack. No problems whatsoever for Shahid bin Kadir. As Vijay looked to torment the Meghalayan defense. Vidyasagar, options available. Players making runs around the number 20 Vidyasagar. As soon as the likes of Konshai and the number 20 is on the ball, they have got options around them. That is something which Meghalaya is lacking, relying more on the individual brilliance of Chester-Paul Lingdo and Shir Shoktung and Shaibol Lang Kharpan to breach the services defense. It's been a bit of a failure from the number 16 to find the likes of Chester-Paul and Shir Shoktung. Zotan Puya and Samananda Singh making life difficult for the centre forward. Here is that flick header from Dongbor Lang. Continues to stay up. Meghalaya and Karnataka have lost some important names from last year, like Rovin Yadav, Beke Oram and M. Sunil Kumar. Figo, of course, missing out for Meghalaya. Who couldn't lift the trophy last season. Lost 3-2 to Karnataka in the final. Here is Lingdo. Can he make something happen? A good collection from Syed. Desperate here service are Meghalaya. Again, the effort is blocked. Damon Lang looking to get in on the act. He was brushed off very quickly. Almost rising over the number 34, Samir Murmu. He's asking for a card as well. Shafil. Vidyasagar. He's looking threatening. A breakneck beginning for services. The keeper getting there first. Cutting inside and slipping it through. Slightly heavy that pass. Vijay was never going to get to the ball. Here is Lingdo. Trying to power past the number 21. Holding his ground brilliantly, Samananda Singh. Keeping Chester-Paul Lingdo at bay. Cross comes in. The header had no power, lacked precision as well. Shir Shoktung was the man who went up for it. Shouts of handball. Vidyasagar. The give and go not working out. Rajat Paul Lingdo was the Golden Glove winner in the previous edition of Santosh Trophy. Is not part of the team this season. They're playing for Shillong Lajong in the I-League. Meghalaya defeated the likes of Punjab in the semi-final last year. Figo and Sheen Shoktung getting on the score sheet. The latter yet to produce anything in this game. Maybe now. Chestapal Lingdo. Headed away. A slip from Lucas. Regains his composure and managing to get a touch on the ball. Nothing yet. As we touch the hour mark, it's Meghalaya 0 Services 0. You are watching the National Football Championship for the Santosh Trophy 2023. Meghalaya and Services are taking on each other in a Group A fixture. It's the opening game of the final round, mind you. We have a couple of games lined up after this as well. And that's a snatch from Vijay. Can't play their way out. Meanwhile, Services. And Dongbor Lang managing to win a free kick in a very promising position. He was challenged from behind. Rahul is the man guilty on that count, using his hands to bring down Dongbor Lang, who was on the burst. Now free kick from 25 yards out. Chestapal Lingdo goes for the curler. A very disappointing end product in the... Let's have a look. Christopher with a clever ball towards Samir Murmu, who lets it run. Vijay steps in. A sloppy defending from Meghalaya. But the decision goes the other way around. The Services are knocking the door. Meghalaya got to be careful. And the whistle had gone ahead of that incident. The All India Football Federation adopted the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium near Itanagar on a long-term lease for nurturing talent at the grassroots level and hoping that the move will help in unearthing talent. As the Football Federation shortlist 100 schools in the region for the grassroots development program, while the 17,000 capacity stadium at Upia developed to host various national and international matches. The ground went through renovation for this mega event. We saw the Arunachal Football Federation organize the Eagle Football Championship back in December as a preparation for the Santosh Trophy. The facilities for the State Football Academy will be also providing the stadium to help nurture the future footballers from the state. Another entry into Meghalayan territory. Shafil finding his partner Vidyasagar. The cross was slightly aimless. Needs a much better delivery than that. Here is Kanshai dropping deep. Getting on the ball, trying to initiate moves from deep. Now the centre back stepping up, Zotan Puya. Switching it to the left. First time ball in. Put behind for a corner. The services are piling up the pressure. There's a certain plan which is visible to the way they play football. A lot of crosses from both the wings, creating trouble for the Meghalayan defense. Lucas and Van Boklang has been kept on their toes. Here is Christopher Kamei. A favorable angle for the left footer. Can he recycle it once more? The number 25, Konchai, just losing his footing, and the acrobatic attempt. Samananda Singh, the centre back, trotting up.
Last cut by the defender.
A couple of changes getting ready for Meghalaya. Fresh legs being injected. The number 8, Nelson, comes on for Nicholson. Here is Chestapal Lingdo subbed off, and in comes Baby Sunday. A defender being introduced. Clan Pirkhat realizing defense slightly in a hostile condition. Got to strengthen the wide areas and stop and prevent the services from delivering those crosses in, which is why he had to sacrifice Chestapal Lingdo and bring in a fullback, which means Dongbol Lang will now drift inside and partner Lucas and Van Boklang. Another nearly moment inside the box. At present, services on top of Meghalaya. Kharpan. He's got headways around him. That's too easy for the goalkeeper. Over kindness with the cross. It was too kind for the goalkeeper. Vijay. Christopher. Option on the left. Vidyasagar. There's that run from Vijay. And now chance for Vijay. Into the side netting. Chance after chance for services. Still not managing to break the door down. And yet again is that man Vidyasagar at the center of things. A sublime touch. Christopher Kamei couldn't make it count. The keeper also had his angles covered. Notwithstanding the debate where the footballers from the northeast states have really managed to turn themselves into game changers. We'll come back to that. Attack comes in. Away from the keeper. We'll come back to the discussion whether the players from the northeast states have really managed to turn themselves into game changers. There is no doubt about the facts. The states like Mizoram and Manipur have done wonders at a time when almost every youngster in the country want to see himself as the next superstar. Another run offered by Rahul from the left. Lucas comes across, but he's lost his man. Christopher Kamei looked slightly aimless inside the penalty area. Now the ball just taking a touch and escaping him. Stopped his run for a moment. The number 8 realizing the flag would go up. Nelson in that split second. The ball already gone past him. The defender sticking to him like a leech. Breathing down his neck. It's a very cheap way to concede a corner. And it comes, the keeper kept busy. Shin Shoktung. The throw-in goes service's way. And apart from the two states, Manipur and Mizoram in particular, producing a large number of top-class footballers is not without reason. Both the states benefited to an extent from the Vision Indian program that was started by the All India Football Federation at the behest of FIFA at the turn of century. And at the same time, both have managed to develop a comprehensive football structure within the states to competitive leagues and tournaments. It has definitely helped in attracting more youngsters to the game. Now corner from the other end. Too much height on it. Kharpan managing to get the header away but can't keep it down. Scored a brilliant goal, Kharpan, in the I-League against Real Kashmir while playing for Sudeva at the Kalyani Stadium from almost 35 yards out. I do remember commentating on that game. He can pull out tricks after tricks off his bag. He's been devoid of service in the second half. Here is Konchai. Much more organized services in this half. The team in possession will get the ball back. Just stuck the referee. Ramchandran waiting in eagerness for that elusive goal, which has evaded his team. Getting closer and closer in the second half. That's a wonderful ball. Got to control it. Checks back onto his left. Cuts inside. Gets the full frame of goal. But still not managing to put the ball in the back of the net. Hands on head. What a ball sizzling through the Meghalayan defense. Checks back onto his left. Vijay should have scored. What a moment for services to head their noses in front. Leaves the defender for dead. Takes it onto his left foot. And almost from a point blank range. Not managing to make it count. That's a lofted ball. Shin Shoktung. He's got Zotan Puya for company. That's a reckless challenge. And free kick for Meghalaya. Trying to jinx past Zotan Puya. Just mistimed his tackle by a fraction of a second. And free kick here for Meghalaya. Chance to make something of this set piece. Shin Shoktung goes for the second post. There was a green shirt barging in at the back post. Just escaping The man at the far post. Just a flash of brilliance from Sheen Shoktung, winning that free kick and then almost putting it on a platter here for the number 8, Nelson. We are into the last quarter of this game as Shubham Rana getting ready to come on for services. Another exciting player. Both the teams will be looking for a positive start. A win here put the teams in a driver's seat. Christopher Kamei leaves it. There's the cross in. A chance for a glancing header. Rahul. But no connection inside the box. A cute little play. Christopher Kamei yet again with a pinpoint cross towards Rahul. Vidyasagar. That's that for him. Replaced by the number 29, Shubham Rana. And Vidyasagar going off. And Christopher Kamei will be replaced by Bikash Thapa. Just a change in formation as well with that. They will revert to a 4-2-2, 4-4-2 rather, with Bikash Thapa partnering alongside Samir Murmu up top.
Jersey number 11 and 29.
Shubham Rana will look to operate from the center. A change in shape. Will that bring any change in approach? That is something which needs to be seen. That's a foul. Foul committed on the number 20 over kindness. One thing that Ramchandran has managed to do successfully in the second half, that is stop the overlapping run of over kindness. Who is on top of this free kick, sending in a floater inside the box. Too high for his teammates. That was the delivery. A lot of height on that. That's a great takedown. Vijay stepping in. Away from 1 and 2. Still holding on to the ball. Turns towards the right. There's a crisp ball and a quick release. A great idea from the newcomer Shubham Rana. Vijay yet again. Very proactive in this half. Another diagonal ball. Rahul Ramkrishnan. Can he get past Lucas? Double teamed. And outnumbered in the end. And Lucas did look slightly under pressure. But his teammate, just baby son, Sunday, just bailing him out. After a lot of jabbing, after a lot of shadow boxing, Both the teams looking for that knockout punch. It's been a scrappy affair. No constructive build-ups from the middle of the park from Meghalaya in the second half. Struggling to get hold of the ball. The men in red have seen plenty of them. It's all good if you have the possession. It's all about what you do with that. They created few openings in the second half. Lacked in finishing. The service has got to get that right. There's still a lot of games remaining in this group after this. The teams to play 5 games each. Here is Karpan. Lays it up on the overlap. And in the way was the number 12, is asking for a corner. A clever defending from services. And that was Boinao Singh. Very cleverly done. Shoktung goes central. Dongbol Lang. Wan Bok Lang. Crowded out in midfield. Samir Murmu from deep. Intercepted. Looking to stretch the services defense. It's quite congested down the center. Nice trickery from Nelson. And he hits the foot of the post. What a strike. Almost a pile driver from Nelson. From an acute angle, testing the goalkeeper. But the post coming in the way of him and the first goal. Could have been a spectacular strike had that creeped into the bottom corner. The keeper could only see the ball hit the post and say a few prayer. Shaibol Lang Karpan. Meghalaya looking to up their ante in the closing stages of the game. Rahul, Vijay, those two combining yet again. This time running into a green shirt, Vijay. Got to release the ball on time. Konchai taking help from Samananda. Rolls it across to Zothanpuya. Taking their time on the ball to settle down. Services now quickly onto the second ball. Rahul lacked intent in that effort. A regulation time of 6 minutes remaining in the opening game. There is a player down. The morning fixture slightly helping the two teams. The temperature drops drastically in the evening as well. And that's the challenge of playing in the northeast. It's quite hot and humid during the afternoon. We got to quickly adjust to the temperatures. once you play an evening or a morning fixture. Both the teams have climatized pretty well. Meghalaya are quite familiar to the conditions. The services team has adjusted very well, and they have dished out a very spirited performance in the second half. The crowd just continues to increase. In case you are watching it, just spread the word in social media. The matches are live on FIFA Plus and also on the YouTube channel of the Arunachal Football Association. Fans of all age group present in the stands. That's a great advertisement for the sport. Another hopeful ball, this time finding its target. Shubham Rana with a reverse ball in. Makes it easy for the goalkeeper. Wrong foot's over kindness, but yet again that final product has been lacking. Nelson, Kharpan. That's a great ball. Sheen Shoktung is surrounded by red shirts, creates that half a yard of space. Tried to curl that one. Lost his composure. It's just that his non-kicking foot went slightly off balance. I couldn't get the shot right, the number 7. Also a challenge of playing in the AstroTurf. There seems to be uneven bounce. The ball tends to move faster in case of a drizzle. It's quite challenging to match to the tempo until and unless you are used to playing on the turf. And even the bounce, sometimes the ball just spins back, just grips in the surface. Kharpan was the target. Here is Shubham Rana. On to Vijay. He's been the standout performer in this half. Just holding on to the ball for too long. No way forward for Meghalaya. Just absorbing the pressure. Trying to hit the services on the counter. Shafil up from his right full-back's position. Delivers a cross. Nothing comes off it. And this time, can Meghalaya hit services on the break? Shy ball lang Kharpan, but the final pass yet again letting him down. He cuts that one out, high up into the services half, and there's the shot, a ferocious one. But not bothering Syed bin Kadir in goal. Struck with a lot of venom by Nelson, who's come on in the second half. Still time to grab a late winner here. In this battle of supremacy, will there be a redemption? That's a great setup. And the number 7, Vijay, was the man yet again. Just tees up Shubham Rana on the edge of the area. His effort was blocked. Kitboklang Pale will come on for Meghalaya. That's the news. Another attacker will be introduced by Kailan Pirkhat. Meghalaya got the better of the giants like Manipur, Delhi, Bengal and Punjab last season. And they're en route to the final. A giveaway. And the move breaks down. Shafil. He was close to the danger. One back by Meghalaya. Shaping up for a shot. And goes over. In fact, well over the crossbar. Going for those long-range attempts time and again. The men in green is Kitboklang Pale replacing Shin Shoktung. Shin, Chestapal and Karpan all are experienced heads in this Meghalayan rank. All of them has the experience of playing in the I-League. Shin Shoktung scored in the Northeast Derby against Neroka in 2018. Additional time of 5 minutes. Can Meghalaya shell shock services? The last 5 minutes have been theirs. Slowly creeping back into the game. I couldn't clear the first man in defense, Zothan Puya. A great covering from the number 5. That's a quick release. Or was he fouled? The referee signals play on. Because Thapa just went to the ground and quickly had a look towards the referee, expecting a foul on him. Here is a Shumesh Kothari coming in place of Vijay. Quite an attacking move from Ramchandran, bringing on all his attacking forces.
7 out, 9 in.
Just a couple of minutes of stoppage time remaining. The first touch for the number 9, Sumesh Kothari. Not a productive one. The next game coming up after this is between Assam and Kerala. Another mouth-watering encounter waiting on the cards. Trying to power past his man, Carlos. I haven't seen much of him in the second half. Running through the inner channel and getting past his marker. Rahul drawing a foul. And we have the first booking of this game. Lucas goes into the referee's book for that late challenge on Rahul. The attacker getting the better of the defender. That was the incident. There's the slightest of touches, bringing Rahul down. This might well be the last opportunity of this game. Rahul delivers into the box. Brought back into the danger area. Shouts of handball, and the referee has pointed to the spot. A penalty for services. Another goal mouth chaos, resulting into a spot kick for services. A great ball in from Rahul Krishnan. Played across by the number 34, Samir Murmu. Coming off the number 5, Lucas. Very lucky the youngster to stay on the pitch. He's already on a yellow. Could have been down to 10, Meghalaya. Now chance for services. To break the deadlock here is the fullback Shafil. He steps up and he scores. The first goal of the final round. And it comes through the number 24, Shafil. And services with a late goal in the opening game against Meghalaya. And all that fight from Meghalaya goes to vain. A goal mouth chaos resulting into a penalty, which was converted by Shafil. Just beautifully drills it to the right of the goalkeeper. Kept it low, kept it hard. Looks like services will walk away with full 3 points from this game. It's that man, the creator-in-chief. That's a great fake from Subham Rana. Backheels it into the path of Rahul. The time ticking away for Meghalaya. They got to get the possession back. But meanwhile, services are attacking. That will spin away towards Samir Murmu, who keeps the ball in play. Couple of red shirts waiting in the center, looking to take on his man. And that's the full-time whistle from Zairul Islam. It's been a wonderful contest, but services with the last laugh. A late goal coming in from Shafil, separating the two teams in the end. So at full time, it's Meghalaya 0, services 1. And a very positive start for the men in red and blue to their SANTOSH trophy campaign. Meghalaya will be disappointed, but there are a lot of positives to take from this particular fixture. They got to work on their mistakes, put it behind them, and welcome the positives and come back stronger in the next fixture. A heartbreak for Khailan Pirkhat boys. Matching toe-to-toe with the services side, but a late strike. Putting a dent in their aspirations of playing the knockouts this season. But still a lot to play for. Just the opening game, a long way to go. And services will look to build on from this victory in the remaining matches. And that's the stats. 48% of ball possession. But that doesn't matter. What matters the most is the goal. 31 shots taken in this game. 16 by Meghalaya, 15 by services, 14 fouls committed, just a one yellow card late in the game. Lucas going into the book, and he was the man committing the handball inside the box, resulting into a penalty which was calmly finished by Shafil. This is how things started. It was a wonderful setting, almost nestled amidst the mountains. Beautiful weather for football. These two teams pretty physical in this game. The first half has been bereft of chances, apart from a couple of nearly moments. No such clear-cut opportunities. Samir Murmu a couple of times trying to trouble the Meghalayan defense. This was the chance for Lucas. Chestapal Lingdo as well had the best chance for Meghalaya in this game to take the lead in the first half. Services started brightly in the second. Rahul Vijay just ticking the ball around and breaching the Meghalayan defense time and again, creating all sorts of problems. It was Rahul with the attempt and Vidya Sagar as well. All three of them highly impressive in terms of going forward for services in this game. And this was the chance for Vijay. The ankle was a bit acute. Meghalaya struck the post as well in the first half. Another sensational ball. Vijay could have scored, putting it over the bar. And this was Nelson's strike coming off the woodwork. And then Sheen Shoktung going all by himself. Wasn't to be for Meghalaya and the number 7. And this was the incident that resulted into that penalty. Rahul's delivery played across by Samir Murmu. And then that acrobatic attempt coming off Lucas. And then Shafil converting the spot kick. And so at full time, here at the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium, Upia, it's Meghalaya 0, Services 1.